Hello, this video will discuss about the zodiac sign of Gemini as mentioned by the great sage Parashara. As we have discussed in our previous videos, there are a lot of so-called Vedic astrologers out there who will come up with their description of a planet or a zodiac sign, and the purpose of these videos which we are going through are just to make sure that we go down to the basics and see what the sages have mentioned, because this is about Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is from the Vedas, and so it becomes imperative that we discuss it from where the origin is, what the sages said, what the ancient scriptures have mentioned. So let's see what is the literal meaning of Mithuna or Gemini. Gemini is called Mithuna in Sanskrit, and the meaning as per the Sanskrit dictionary is pretty much, it's called twins or a pair or paired. So something which is like in a pair. That is the literal meaning of Mithuna or Gemini as per the Sanskrit dictionary. Now, what does the great sage Parashara talk about Mithuna or Gemini zodiac sign? Sage Parashara says that generally people with this ascendant, Gemini ascendant, are tall, and they're straight, and their hands are pretty long. So when you do a chart reading, that is a first indication. Is a person tall, straight, longish? The eyes, according to sage Parashara, are sharp, and the nose is long. So just imagine yourself, picture a person with a long nose, sharp eyes, straight bodies, hands are long, and the person is tall. So that is what sage Parashara describes about people with this zodiac sign as their ascendant. As far as the nature is concerned, sage Parashara says that they are, fun-loving, carefree, very positive people. But one very typical nature of Gemini ascendant or Mithuna ascendant is that they are very restless, and they are fickle at times, and they like changes. And the reason is very simple, because the ruler of Mithuna or Gemini is Mercury, and Mercury is a child, and he can be influenced, and he is fickle-minded, and his mind is wavery. And another trait of this ascendant of Gemini is that they can be very good writers, good authors, and of course they love to read as well. And they're very, very adaptable in nature, but they're always fickle-minded, always two minds. And since it makes sense, because it's a twin, it's dual nature. So dual nature is one of another features of this ascendant of Gemini or Mithuna. They are very curious, and generally their married life is good, because as far as the males are concerned, sage Parashara says that the males generally make good husbands. So basically, because of this trait, there's a possibility of having a very successful marriage. But then again, although they're fun-loving, carefree, positive, but still they're fickle-minded and can be very adaptable and can change frequently. So it is called a dual nature. You can describe it as a dual nature. Another feature of Mithuna or Gemini ascendant people is that their direction is the western direction. So they like to live in the West, and this zodiac sign is an air dominated zodiac sign, and it is strong during the nights. Now here is very interesting. Sage Parashara says that Mithuna or Gemini direction is west, and we know that the ruler of Gemini is Mercury, and we also know that the Mercury's direction is not west, it is north. So we have to differentiate here that we are not talking about planets, we are talking about the zodiac signs, and there could be differences between the nature of the planet and the zodiac sign over which it rules. So here is one major difference here. The zodiac sign of Gemini direction is west and the ruler's direction is north. So here's a difference. Of course, as far as the color is concerned, Sage Parashara describes that people with this ascendant have a greenish aura around them. And he also mentions that people with this ascendant like to live in the countryside where there's a lot of green. So this describes Mithuna or Gemini ascendant as per what has been described by the great Sage Parashara, and we will be discussing about another zodiac sign in our next video. Thank you.